Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be doing a quick overview and review of the 2 expansions that came out this year for Godsforge. Twilight of the Great Houses and Return of the Dragon Gods. So these just came out this year. The original game came out in 2019. We did do a video on that, a full playthrough of Godsforge, the base game. So if you want to check that one out, feel free to look in our videos and check that one out. So I'm just going to go over what was added with these 2 expansions, and we're going to tell you what we thought about the game with them. So we hadn't played this game in a couple years, so we did play the base game first, so we could get back, make sure we understood the rules completely before we added the expansions. So we played a 3-player game a few years ago, and this time we just played a 2-player game with Anthony and I. I do think this would be more fun with 3 players, but it is definitely doable as a 2-player game. Seems like there's more, excitement in a 3-player game, and you're
more
attacking.
Cutthroat.
Well, you're only attacking one person, but still, I don't know. It just feels like it is more cutthroat, I guess, because we're attacking each other, whereas in 3 players, I don't know, it just feels more dynamic. But it's perfectly fine also as a 2-player game. So in Twilight of the Great Houses, this one adds, you have these cards, they're called houses, and basically they give you an awesome ability. They're 2-sided, so you can pick, there were several to choose from. How many cards did it add? I want to say 8 or 10 of them.
I think 8.
8. It was 8 of them. So they're 2-sided. We did, you can do it random, or you could choose, they choose which side. What we did is we found 4 that we really thought were the most OP ones, put them in a stack, and we just randomly drew one to make it so it would be fair, luck of the draw, whoever got it. Because it would be hard to choose just one, because there were some really good ones. Like the one I got, Devouring Tomb, my hand size was increased by 2, and each upkeep, I can discard as many cards as I want and draw up to my hand size. So I had a hand size of 6. That did help, although that was probably the weaker of the 4 that we chose.
Nah, mine I think was weaker.
Yours was a good one.
Yeah, because the way the spells worked out, so mine is gain 1 life for each spell you play. Also gain life equal to half of all spell damage you do your target opponent. You can go over 30 life.
See, that's where yours helped you. He was able to keep going over 30 life because he had a card that allowed him to gain life each attack phase. So at one point, he was at 44 life where we start at 30. And so that helped him in the beginning of the game. And there was 2 others that were really good. I can't remember what they were, but there's 8 of them. They're all good, but there's 4 that we felt were pretty OP. So that one adds that mechanic. It also adds lose life cards. So when cards make a player lose life, like Demon of Greed, and it can't be reduced it can't be prevented. Like you're going to lose life. Like I had the Crystal Phoenix. That was one of them, I believe. This one wasn't lose life. This was just attack, but it could not be prevented as well. So I don't think we had any of those lose life cards come out because it's a pretty big deck with both expansions added. So probably in a game in the future it will come out. There was also a card where you cannot play creations. It's called the Earthen Shambler. I'm not sure why you would play that because it feels like that affects you. But we didn't have that one come out either. And it adds 1 more player count to it. The
next one's my favorite.
Return of the Dragon Gods.
Dragon Gods.
That one added the upgrade cards, which are pretty cool. Anthony took huge advantage of that. So you could see this card on here has upgrade +2. So when you reveal the card, you can immediately, if you want, put a Veilstone on there, and that would upgrade it +2 damage. Each upkeep phase, you can continue 1 at a time, putting a Veilstone on there to upgrade it. So you could tell he had this card for a while. So this card was doing 14 damage to me every time. And then he had another one he upgraded that was 1 per Veilstone. That one was doing 7 damage to me each time. I managed to win even with that. But at the beginning, it felt like the game would never end because he had so much life, and I had one that was giving me life each. When was it? Oh, each attack phase, I was gaining 3 life. One just gaining 3 life, and then there was another one, or no, gain life equal to my hand size, and my hand size, remember, was a 6. So I always had 5 life I was gaining at the beginning of the attack phase. So at the beginning, it felt like neither of us were ever going to go down. But as we got more cards that were attacking, more spells coming out, that's when it really started to get cutthroat and fun, in my opinion. But that added the upgrade cards and a new card, Synergy, where it gives +1 damage prevention to all golems, and it adds 1 player. So this one mostly just added cards, and it added that upgrade feature that Anthony loved a lot. So mostly it was cards, these 2 added, but it did add, like I said, the houses on the one. So we played with both of them, and I do feel like it was a good balance, adding both of them in to it. So it if you're going to get one of them, I would get both, honestly, because it adds, it doesn't add too much where it feels overwhelming. To me, it gives it a good balance, because you've got with these houses, they're kind of overpowered in my opinion, and I don't know, I think they need each other to kind of balance out the game if you add one or the other. And I don't think they're that expensive. It's just cards. I think I saw one was like $14 on
the base game's pretty cheap as well.
Yeah, so it's not expensive to get the 2 expansions. So I think I covered it in a nutshell, right, what it adds. So what did you think?
Okay, so of course I like the components, illustration, everything. But as far as the mechanics, I would say I would favor more the dragon one. What's it called?
Return of the Dragon Gods.
Yeah, Return of the Dragon Gods. Because I like the upgrade. As far as the, pretty much asymmetric, where each person picks a guild or house, wherever, I think that was good. Mine didn't really go into play much, so I didn't feel like it was like something that worked for me. But I like the upgrades. I like the some of the cards have like very powerful stuff, like the Mystic Smith I got. It does so much things. But as far as the mechanic, it definitely elevates the game a lot more. I don't feel it gives it that much more complexity because the cards are self-explanatory. I mean, it's easy to figure out what they do. Everything's written. So, and then as far as replayability, a lot of replayability with both
that
expansions.
Mystic Smith was part of the Return of the Dragon Gods. You can tell
because
it's in the upper left corner of the card.
Yeah, that wow.
I noticed a lot of yours are the dragons. Well, you had a mixture. These are from the Great Houses, so you had a good mixture. But
as far so high replayability with both of them. Overall total, I would get the House of the Dragon like a 9.5. The other one, the Great Houses,
Twilight of the Great Houses,
I would give it like an 8, flat 8. I think it's good, but as far as the favorite of the 2, definitely the dragon one. And so, what did you think?
Well, I disagree slightly with Anthony because I thought I liked the aspect of adding the asymmetric powers with the Great Houses. I think that adds a little bit more excitement to the game. And again, there's 16 things you could choose from because there's 8 double-sided cards. He obviously just didn't care for the one he happened to get. But
I didn't play well with
But I thought it was a great addition. And like I said, I think they balance each other out. So they're kind of needed, I feel. And I'm looking through my cards I've played. I've played 1, 2, 3, 4 cards from the Dragon Gods, and 1, 2, 3 cards from the Great Houses. And Anthony played
3 dragon and 2 houses.
3 houses. Oh no, yeah, 2 houses. So we played quite a few cards from each of them, about 40, 60.
Mm-hmm.
And the cards themselves are awesome. They're more OP than I feel than in the base game cards. They do a lot more.
Oh yeah, they do a lot more.
So I feel, in my opinion, I would give both of these a 9. A 9 for the Dragon Gods and Twilight of the Great Houses 9.
Give it a 9.
And I feel, but you
or
think
9.5.
You're making it sound like if they should only maybe get the Dragon Gods.
No,
I feel they need both of them.
Both of them are good, but what I favor is the Dragon ones.
I think his opinion would be totally different if he'd gotten a different house card.
Yeah, maybe.
But to me, they elevate the game tremendously. I
originally wanted the 2 cards extra because I think that's in a game like this, it's the most OP. So
I also got a card. This is in the base game, the Scepter of Fortune, which gives you the extra die during the forge roll phase.
Yeah,
that
so she has
helped a lot
5 dice and 2 extra cards.
I managed to beat him even though he had all those mass attacks. It was difficult, but I thought at first I was like, wow, I don't have a chance, but I got really good cards that I was able to play off of, like stack and really help my attacks. I had to beat him down because he had so much health to start with, but I was shocked. But the very end battle was exciting. I thought we were both going to be in negative, and it was just a matter of who was the most negative was the loser. But unbelievably, I ended up at 6 health.
She clashed.
He was negative 14.
Well, these 2 cards is what did it.
Yeah. I had one that it equals my highest one, and I had another one that doubles the attack value of any one of my creations. So we were attacking each other for 20 to 30 every time with all of our stacks. And so it was pretty exciting. I would say the last 3 rounds were the most exciting part of this game. But so the first few rounds you're kind of building, obviously, because you're building your tableau. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. These expansions definitely elevate the base game tremendously. Yeah. So if you already have the base game, you for sure, and you like it, you for sure need to get these expansions. You will be, if you like the base game, you're going to like these expansions.
If you like Take That games, this is definitely
It's a lot of Take That. If you do not like Take That, this game wouldn't be for you in the first place.
See, that's what we like the most is Take That.
Yeah, so, not all the time, but we do like Take That games. So if you like the Take That games, you would love this game. And it would be fun. It's a lot of fun. It's fun with 2 players. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun, too, with 3 players. And we haven't played with the higher player count, but I would imagine this one would play well with more players as well, because you're attacking the person on your left and you're being attacked from the person on your right. So it's not like everyone's coming at you. It's just, I don't know. I think it would make it more exciting to have more players because, it's last man standing. So I think that would be kind of cool because the person you're attacking would change as people fall off. So, so I can't say enough, but I think this is an excellent expansion for these. So did you have anything else to say? So hopefully our video helped you to decide whether this is something you'd want to add to your collection. Very inexpensive way to elevate a game you already have. Or if you don't have the base game, if you're going to get it, I would suggest getting all 3 at the same time. Because you're going to want to, once you play the base game a couple times, you're going to want more. And I would suggest getting these for sure. So hopefully this helped you to decide. Please feel free to leave a comment or question. We hope you'll like this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you're not already. If you are subscribed, thank you. We appreciate your support. And thank you again for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time.